G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. Now I'm sorry it's not an acrylic pour. I will do some for you, but I'm just having so much fun with my resin and I'm experimenting with the flower. And I'm the sort of person where I want to keep going and going and going until I get it right. So bear with me. Hopefully I'm getting closer. Now I've got my Dalchem Crystal Clear resin sitting here. It has been sitting for 15 minutes. Actually, it's 17 minutes now. So I'm going to get a move on because it's probably been sitting a little bit longer than I would have liked. And I'm going to go with black and white today. So I'm going to do 20 grams for my white and 20 grams for my black. Whoops. And in the mail the other day, I got some black Castin Craft. So pigment paste. So I wonder if that works the same as the white. So a little bit of an experiment today to see if it does actually work the same. And then I've got this. This is chunky glitter. Look, it's silver and black in there together. So that's pretty. Got that from eBay. I'll put some in there. Just a little bit for my centers. I don't need a lot. Just a little bit. It's called Resin. So a little bit of that in there. Make paste. And the rest of it will go in my two coasters. These are 13 centimeter coasters. I think that's enough. Don't need too much. Now I think I'll weigh these just to get equal amounts. I made up about, how am I going to do this? I'll zero it first. We'll put in 50. I made up about 200 grams. 52. We'll go 55 grams. If you've got a digital scale, you can just flick it over to grams to ounces. So you should be able to follow me in grams, even if you don't live in Australia. 55. Okay, let's go to 60. And you can just have a little bit more. So it's about the same, I think. Roughly the same. Okay, now we'll get rid of that. And I'm just going to wipe my stick, because I use this stick over and over and over again. Rightio, so that's my paste. I can just sit there. So for the white, let's do the white. 20 grams of resin, 4 drops of paste, 2 drops of ink, and a little bit of mica for the white, and exactly the same for the black. So that's my white Castin Craft. So 4 drops. I sliced the nozzle off because it's easier to get out. This one's, oh, 1. Came out when I wasn't ready. 2, 3, 4. It's almost empty. Just as well I've got another 2. When I bought this, I bought 3 of them. And then half the amount of paste in ink, so 2 drops. And this is just the white Pinata alcohol ink. 1, 2. I think it just helps with the wispiness. I don't know. I haven't really experimented that much with it. And now I've got the pearl white with the LeRez. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the end. Don't need a lot because, you know, this is not much resin. It's only 20 grams. And I do want to just torch these guys. I should actually run my stick around the edges too, just to try and dislodge any bubbles that may be hiding. So the back of a skewer is good, or a pop stick, a stir stick, whatever you like. It just helps to dislodge those bubbles. Okay, so that's my white. I'm going to do the same with the black. This came in the mail. It's Castin Craft. Look, it's got a different lid. It hasn't actually got a nozzle. Because when I got it, I thought, oh no, I have to buy a squeeze bottle. But look, it's got a tiny little hole in it. So that might even work better. So 4 drops. 1. Whoa, we're dropping in. 2, 3. I think the initial blob was a bit big. 4. All right, so that worked. So yeah, different little nozzle. 2 drops of the black alcohol ink going in as well. And then I'll put a little splash of the black pearl in the LeRez going in as well. Just for a little bit of a shimmer. Because I like shimmer. Close my lid. Oh, there we go. All right. So that's done. Let's give these a stir. And if you guys saw my big blue and white flower where I did the circles and then pulled the stick through, I used quite a wide opening, didn't I, in that piping bag. So I'm going to do the same with this. I'm going to draw draw petals, but I'm going to use a wider opening. I think I get a better result. I get a more opaque sort of a petal rather than a wispy petal when my lines or my piping bag has a bigger opening, so my lines are wider. Had much better success with the Dalchem resin than I have had with the Barnes, although my very first one that was a success, that pink and white one, that was with Barnes, but I can't seem to get it again. Maybe I need to leave it a little bit longer, my resin to set. Somebody said to me, why do you leave your resin to set? It's basically so that it can thicken up a little bit so that the paste doesn't just fall straight through. All right, let's put a little bit of this in the center. See how it's quite sticky? It kind of makes a little mound when you pop it there. It is thickening up. And each resin's different. So just because I wait for 15 minutes doesn't mean that you will have to wait for 15 minutes. It depends on what resin you're using. It also depends on the temperature of your room. It's not a very hot day today. It's actually the second day of spring. Not a very hot day. So yeah, it's taking a little bit longer to set up. If it was a really hot day, it would set up a lot faster. So yeah, it depends on what you're using for resin and what the temperature is in your area. So you just have to experiment like I do. You know, write it down, write what you're doing down so that you can change it up next time. If you say, oh, I needed to wait a bit longer, or that was too long, my resin was setting up. If you've got it written down, you know what you can adjust next time to try and get it to work. And that's what I'm doing. I'm keeping a logbook on all of these. And I can look back and go, oh yeah, that one worked really well. I'll do exactly the same thing again. Or my resin was too thin and I got blobbies. It can go the opposite way as well. If your resin's too thick and it's setting up, the petals won't bloom, like they won't spread because your resin's too thick. So that's another reason why you might get blobs. Your resin's too thin or it's too thick. So it's just like Goldilocks. You just have to keep practicing with it until you get the right sort of consistency. And I've got that with this. I know I have to wait 15 minutes. And then by the time I've started the video and mixed and talked to you guys, it's usually another, I don't know, what am I up to? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 9 minutes. Yeah. So I like to pipe the flowers at about 25 to 30 minutes. So probably I'm going to be on track there, aren't I? So I've waited 15 minutes and then my video should be going another 15 minutes when I start to pipe. And then that's, you know, that's half an hour. So that's usually pretty good for me. Somewhere between 25 and 30 minutes for me to start piping tends to work. So when you buy these little bags from eBay, I slice the top off as well so that they're not too much, hanging down. So the end is closed. So I'm actually going to slice that. And the last one I measured, I actually had it at 5 millimeters wide. So, and that worked for me. Yep, that's 5 millimeters wide. 1/2 centimetre. Get away, hair. I don't know if you can see that, but 5 millimetres. So there we go. Nice thick amount coming out like that. Perfect. Right. Now, how am I going for time? Come around the back. 10 minutes. All right. So that's been 15 and 10 is 25. We get started, I guess. Now, oh, I can see some more bubbles there. So let's just torch again. The bubbles do tend to congregate in the center. Bits. Just got to be really careful you don't overheat these cheap white molds because the resin will stick to them. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to do black, white. No, I'm going to start with black. So start with white and finish with white. And see if I can do relatively big, maybe 7. See if I can do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I like odd numbers. Right. And the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the white. So hopefully I've got enough to do 3 rows of white. I only need 2 rows of black. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I like this shape. All my favourites have been this kind of shape. I know you can sort of overlap a bit, but I do prefer this shape where the petals go inside the other petals. Okay, oops, white again. Hopefully I've got enough because I'm making wider piping now, so hopefully I've got enough. I might not have enough. Maybe I should have gone with 30 grams. No. Look, I've still got some in there. We're all good. All good. Don't panic. Don't panic. Make sure you tuck that in. Once I didn't tuck it in and it dragged through. Oh my gosh, it ruined the whole thing. Now, as your petals get bigger, you need to go slower because I find that when they're bigger, I kind of drag. I go faster and then they end up not being as thick. So you might have to just slow down a little bit and make sure that you wind that up each time. And I get a really nice 3D look when I don't have too big a gaps between the rows. Right, that's it for the black. Now I just need to try and get white. Enough white. Hopefully I've got enough. Otherwise, one's going to have more than the other. Oh, I don't know. It's cutting it real close, you guys. Real close. Oh, sticky mess. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can do it. Oh my gosh, I don't know that I'll have enough. All right, I definitely have to make 30 grams next time I do this for the outer colour. Squeeze. Ah, just made it. Look, it just made it. All right, let me throw that out. Right, now heat gun. on low. That's it there, my heat gun. I'm going to go on low. Oh, what's that? Is that something in there? Something in there. A little bit of plastic or something. Right, here we go. On low, just around. I'm just going to move you around a bit. Move you away. Around. Around. Push from the outside in. Hopefully it's going to work. It's not thickening up too much already on me. Outside in. I did leave it a little bit longer, didn't I, than that 10 minutes that I wanted to leave it. Hopefully it'll still work. It is blooming. The petals are blooming. I just have to heat them a little bit more. Just this white one around the edge here. Alright, that's it. Okay. Might have overheated it. See how it's got these little dots in there? I don't know. I see I've had that a few times, those little tiny dots. And I'm going, oh, what's that from? Might just be from the heat. I don't know. Not sure. Alright, let me just get my glove off. Oh, is that one? Yeah, it's alright. I'm not going to heat it again. I've overheated before and it's hasn't been good. Alright, let's get down and have a look. It's starting to bloom. And all the gaps that I had, you know, how I had gaps between my rows. They're all filling in. I don't know what those dots are. I don't know. I'm just putting it down to maybe overheating it. But now that's what I really like. See the scalloped edges or scalloped edges instead of the wispy edges? That's what I've been looking for. And I get that with the thicker piping lines. Because when you turn it over, it's a really good 3D scalloped kind of a petal. So hopefully all these gaps like that one there will fill in. They'll all bloom, puff up. And there's our little center. All right, I'll be back in half an hour and we'll check out these babies, seeing what they're doing, okay? Back then. Hey guys, it's actually been a little bit longer than I said it was going to be. I had to pop out and grab some groceries. Ran out of dog food again. I spend more on dog food than I do on human food, I tell you. Let's have a look. Look at what it's doing. I think this is going to be really pretty on the other side. Because that white, you can see through underneath. You can see the black that's going to be underneath. I hope that the black, because it's not, you know, obviously not a white pigment, I'm hoping that the black will work the same as the white works. What do you reckon? Do you think it would work the same? The black petals on the top here look totally different to the black petals that are hiding underneath that white. But we're getting really, really nice scalloping edges. Look at that. That is so, so pretty. So hopefully when I unmold these tomorrow, it's going to be beautiful. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's the next day. Now, I am super, super keen to see what these guys are going to look like because it's the first time I've used the black pigment paste. All right, let's have a look. There's a bit of a hair in there that's dried in there. Let's move that one out of the way so we can focus. I haven't even peeked at the back. I've been very, very disciplined. I have not peeked at the back because you can see through these. But I haven't. I've waited for you. All right, let's get them out. It's Still a little bit bendy. And a little bit of sanding to do there. Alrighty. It's funny how you've got the black petal showing there, but the outside's different. And I said to one of the other girls that I've been experimenting flowers with, that I think that the outside, because the resin always pulls from the outside in, that's why you get this pattern here. But from the middle, it's not pulling in as far as from here. So you don't get much different in the middle, but the back should be different. But anyway, that's my theory as to why that looks different to that. What do you think? Agreed? Right, let's have a look without further ado. Please work, please work, please work. Oh, it worked. Wow. It worked. It worked, it worked, it worked. I don't know what's going on with my voice this morning. Just got the husky, sexy voice thing happening. Don't know about the sexy, but anyway. All right, it worked. Wow. These ones in here aren't quite as defined. I might have put a little bit too much paste on those. But the rest of it's really pretty. Oh, that light's so annoying. I might have to pull that globe out of the ceiling again. All right, very happy with that one. Let's have a look at this one, at his little sister or brother. Take it out. Assuming it's going to be the same. Same thing's happened here. It's pulled in from the outside, you know, further. So it's got that design, and then over here, less, and then over here, not so much at all. But that's not the side we're looking at, is it? Love the scalloping there. Still got a few bubbles. I get more bubbles with the Dalchem than I do with the Barnes, but what can you do? I don't want to over torch and destroy my mold. Let's have a look. Woohoo! It's the same. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Well, there's a nice little set in black and white, isn't it? Look at that. Beautiful. Well, you guys, I think I have finally cracked it. Cracked the recipe. The type of resin, the amount of time to wait, the amount of pigment to use, the size of the hole to cut, you know, the thickness of the piping, it all makes a difference. This technique is not easy. My advice to you is to pick a resin and try and work with it. You know, wait different times, make your holes different sizes, and just play around with one of the resins that you choose. And I think you'll get there in the end. Yeah, it just takes a bit of time and a bit of patience and a bit of practice, but you'll get there. All right, I'll set these up for a video shoot, and I'll see you soon.